All right, today I'm talking to you installers out there, you fabricators, technicians. This is the show for you because today we're talking about mobile solutions tools. Yes, we're going to have Bryan Schmitt on with us, and we're going to go through a whole slew of tools you absolutely got to have and know about. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about mobile solutions. And it starts now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and on today's show, we're going to uncover the hidden gems within the mobile solutions lineup of tools that have been specifically designed and made for you installers out there, not only to help improve your skills, but make jobs easier, more efficient, and more precise. Now, Bryan, I know when planning for the show, there are so many different products we could have talked about, but why don't you give us an idea of what we're going to be covering today?
Hey Ben, there's so many great tools that we have in our arsenal, but we're going to focus on the five core top tools that every install bay needs. You got to have these tools.
Well, Bryan, I don't know about you, but I'm pumped to learn about these tools. But before that, just a quick message from our partner, SiriusXM, reminding you dealers out there why you should love it. And when we come back, I got Bryan Schmitt, y'all, and we're talking about mobile solutions.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability. People love it.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I know you're excited to get into it, so I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get into it, Bryan. Oh, I'm looking at this list. Let's start off with something shiny and new. I've seen some samples of the final result of what this new tool can do. It's called the Matrix System. And for lack of a better explanation, this is going to be some pretty advanced and fancy patterning that you could now upgrade to with your router.
That's right, Ben. This is one of our newest templates. And look how clever this is. There's three different styles. This is a stretched hexagon. And the way this works is you come in with your router bit with this template guide system. This template guide it's a 5H channel that allows your router bit to guide in this channel here. You can use all types of bits, but how this works, Ben, is you router this top half of this stretched hexagon, and then you see the gear system on the side. There's two rails, and you flip this, and it does the other side. So you're going to router the top half of the hexagon, and then you flip it, and then you router the bottom, and then look at the end result. This is actually pretty badass. That's the end result of that same template, and that's all done by hand. No CNC involved. You can do all this by hand in minutes. It increases your efficiency, and look how much you could charge your customer for an install like this.
All right, our next product that we're going to cover, I mean, what can I say? Every single product we're going to cover here is absolutely precisely engineered to do one job and do it perfect. The next one is going to be critical when it comes to when you're manipulating different types of fabric, whether it's suede or vinyl, it doesn't matter. The point is, this particular tool is going to make sure that everything lines up just right.
All right, guys, this is a essential tool. One of the biggest problems is guessing on what size of material that I need to be using. This gauge covers that for you. It's super cool. There's actually three different gauge things, and there's three pieces on each one. What makes it unique is there's a router bit that will actually cut all of these pieces. So if you guys can see this is a custom made router bit. It's a 1/32 inch bit. And what makes this unique is all of these gauges actually tell you how many times that you're supposed to router that edge before it perfectly fits. Let's explain. So you you're going to take your material. Most guys think, oh, here's vinyl. It's a 1/16 of an inch. It's not a 1/16. It's actually 32nd. Actually, it could be all different thicknesses depending on the OE. It could be leather. It could be suede. And here's the beauty. You're going to take this CAF gap gauge and you just start fitting it into these gaps here until you find the perfect gauge. Do you see how the material, it just fits pressure fit in here? That tells me I need to run that bit twice to accommodate grill cloth and vinyl. In this instance, it could be leather, it could be anything. It's such a unique piece. And these gauges guide you through the exact measurement. It actually works better than maybe using calipers or just kind of guessing. It's a mechanical fit. The material fits in there nicely. You've got to have this tool. It's going to help and speed up your process for your installs.
All right, the next must-have item that Brian's going to explain is going to help with circles. I know what you're thinking. Why? I have a circular saw or a hole saw. No. How about using this to make perfect circles with your router?
So you're in the shop. You need to put a port in your sub box. There's nothing worse than getting out your hole saw, burning through the wood. Wouldn't it be nice to have a perfect circle that just designed for ports and even tweeters? So our smart circle system is designed for 4-inch, 3-inch ports, even 2.5. But you can router this hole right in the edge of your sub box, and it's designed to fit perfectly. So if it's from a Home Depot or a hardware store, this is 4.5 inches. Your 4-inch port works perfectly in there. You flip it over to this side and it fits most tweeters on the market. So if you just need that perfect hole for a tweeter size, there's no need for a hole saw. You can just use this smart circle template system and it works beautifully. It's got all of the center lines on here. The OD of the circle is engraved right on this little panel. Great piece. It also has the positive part of it. So in this tray here, you can see there's all the sizes from that as well. And these work extremely well for different offsets. Let me explain. You're going to take your pencil and it's actually got a countersunk hole right in the center. As you can see, I can set it upside down here and I trace along. I could do any type of trim panel or other items with it. It's got center lines on it. So you have the positive and the negative of every small circle. Everybody needs that in their shop.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've got a thing for sweet A-pillars. I mean, respect to those guys out there that are creating some really slick A-pillar finished product. But Brian, what you're about to show here is something different that's certainly going to help elevate A-pillar production.
So our company is all about solutions. We want to increase efficiency. We all can make our own shapes and kind of chew up that shop time. But if you had something that was engineered already for A-pillars and it fits most vehicles, that's a great idea and a great solution. So our A-pillar templates, and it's not really a template, it's more of a consumable. It's a great solution that allows you to cut that A-pillar out, you router that out, and it actually fits in there perfectly. Let me explain. You're going to start off first with the kit. The kit has a countersink edge on the top of it. So it loads from the top and it will flush in there. It has a removable grill, so you can add grill cloth or whatever fabric or mesh to this. And then if you notice on the inside, I'll zoom in, there's 2 holes here where you can align your router bit and router that hole out. The hole is designed specifically for our template system, so you can match the tweeter to the hole. That's why these holes aren't already drilled, because we want to match the manufacturer's spec perfectly. We drill this out, we router out the A-pillar, it fits perfectly, and you're all set. This is the set that also comes with it, and this is designed for all of your most common tweeters right there. That fits 90% of the tweeters on the market, and then you end up with this beautiful A-pillar setup. You can color match this, whatever. This is for my truck. I got a Toyota Tundra. It works perfectly for that. So check it out, guys.
Our next item, well, there's no way to say it other than, man, you gotta have this one, especially when it comes to being responsible and starting every install off right. I'm talking about the Mobile Solutions Polarity Tester.
Guys, nobody can dispute a good sounding system. And the foundation of that is having correct polarity. So it's either in or out of polarity. And we want to make sure that before we set this thing off and give the keys to the customer, I want to make sure that this thing is set. And our polarity tester does that. The PT9A, let me just show you. I turn it on and it actually was going to blink red or green. And you can see it's blinking red right now and green for the tweeter. So red for the woofer, green for the tweeter. That's telling me it's probably got a passive crossover and they're inverting maybe the tweeter or the woofer to be in alignment with you. So at least I know what this is. And if they're both the same, it's fine. But if the other side is just the opposite, it's going to make this thing be out of polarity. You'll have cancellation. Nobody wants that. So, hey, if you don't have this, you need it. Don't be a cowboy and say, I got this. I can just hear it. You can't hear it. You can't just look at the tweeter and tell me it's in or out of polarity. And please, please, please do not use your drill battery to be popping speakers. You're going to blow up the tweeters or even set off an airbag. You need the PT9A. Everybody needs this in the shop. This is a must-have. It actually does polarity in 3 different ways. You can test the input from the amplifier, the output like I just showed you, and it has a USB. You got to have this tool. Thanks, guys.
So as I'm sure you're aware, magnets are all the craze. But how do you get magnet systems to work just perfect to get that real factory look and finish? Well, I think Mobile Solutions has come up with yet another amazing tool. Bryan, tell us all about the Magnet Fit system.
You know, there's something super magical about magnets. We love them, and they're so cool to add to any install. You know, just look at this training prop that we have. This thing is such a great sales tool. I love this because I can just start pulling pieces apart, explaining the details, and I just start handing this to my customer. I talk about all the cool stuff, the materials, how we blend things together, and I just keep pulling it apart. I keep handing this to my customer, and I let them see the internals and the magic behind it. This is the Disney, this is the pixie dust, and there's nothing better than letting your customer put it back together. So I'm going to have my customer here, Mr. Juan, he's going to actually attach each one of these panels so you can hear the click and see it, and it's so satisfying to build that entire trim panel with all magnets. How clean is that? So let's talk about the tray. The tray is super cool. Guys, look, it actually has its own QR code. There's an animated video so you can watch this. It tells you how to use the all the drill bits and the kind of the process involved. You know, first step is you're going to identify where the holes are going to go, drill your 1/8-inch hole through all your substrates. Second, you're going to grab the correlating bit. And if you look at this, this is a 3/8 bit, and it's a brad point undersized bit. What makes this so cool is it's undersized. So the magnet and the bit are undersized. The magnet is larger, the bit is smaller. You have to tap it in, and it gives you a mechanical compression. That's the magic behind this. So it's not only with a little bit of glue holding it in, it actually has a compression around the outside of it. 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 right here on here. Don't let me forget these pucks. The pucks, if you see on here, it has a north and a south identification. There's nothing worse than getting one of those magnets in upside down. So this helps you get all the magnets in. The polarity is correct every single time. You're going to get a rubber mallet because you don't want a metal one. The magnet's going to stick to it. You get that rubber mallet. You tap all these in, and you're all set. It's such a great kit, a must-have for every install bay.
Ever wonder how those advanced enclosure suppliers make that beautiful curved corner system? Well, guess what? Bryan's figured it out, and he's made it really smart for you to use yourself.
Everybody loves those beautiful truck boxes. You know, they are a little bit tricky because you have to fit them into the seat. And the biggest problem is this radius. The radius matches the seat. The seat curves. I want the truck box to curve as well, so it looks uniform. It looks more OE, and it's more integrated. So that is always a challenge. And if you notice, you know, this is actually cut at an angle. But the beautiful thing is we have a solution for it. Our smart corner system is amazing. There's 2 different routes you could go. You could actually take and router them yourself. So we sell the template, 3-inch through 6-inch. They match the corners perfectly, and you just router out 3/4 inch wood. You see the holes in there. You put actually a wooden dowel in the middle, and that's your alignment. You can glue them all together and then add it to the corner. Notice the transition to a flat piece. It has that lip on there where you can add glue and just nail these together. If you're really wanting to save time and buy yourself some shop time, you can actually buy both versions. You can get the template or you can get the actual pre-made pieces ready to go. And that's what's cool. This is nice as a reference and as a safety net, but if it's me, I want to buy more hours in the day. So if your shop rate is $100 an hour or more and you're spending an hour and a half routing a bunch of these, why not just buy them pre-made and go? That way you can get on to the bigger and better things in life and you can save yourself an hour. So buy yourself an hour of shop time by just buying the corners. What a great solution for any truck box. You need this in your shop.
So we spent a lot of time talking about different upgrades with your table router, but we all love these handheld, portable, battery-powered ones because there's a lot of things you can do with them. And what Mobile Solutions has come up with is a better way forward with handheld routers.
Hey guys, the X route. This is a phenomenal tool. It fits every single cordless router on the market. It's awesome. The problem with all these cordless routers is the base is so small and you don't have a lot of stability. This gives you amazing handles, a lot of stability, especially if you're using our brass guide system. This is a 5/8 guide system. It fits right in here. You can interchange that with all the other sizes. It's amazing. There's also two other guides that lock on here that you could run an arc template on and adjust it, do cool transition lines on there. What's also neat about the X route is it fits in any standard router table cutout. So check this out. It just drops right in the table, fits flush in there, and you could use this as an actual router as well. Imagine that, your cordless router in your router table with dust collection. You just pull it right back out and go right to your panel. It's awesome. This is a super cool piece, a must-have for every single shop. Check out the X route system.
And last but not least, the perfect companion for the X route is the template guide system, which involves many different things. And Brian's going to walk you through exactly why this is the perfect companion set and the results that you can get from it.
Hey, so my favorite thing to do is to build panels that have dimension. They don't have to have any body filler at all. It's all done with just a router. And the handheld router works perfectly for this. So check out this panel. But this whole thing, this carpet transition down here, these cool accent lines, even this aluminum trim right here was all done with one template kit. And let me show you this. This is called our template guide system. And it's super cool. It has all these different guide bearings here. You don't actually have to use a bearing. This fits right on your router. It actually works extremely well with the X route that you guys have seen in other videos. The X route, you bolt this on, and then you have these 5 different bits to choose from. A 1/4 inch, a 3/16, and an 1/8 inch bit, and all that is that carpet transition. The accent line. It's all in this kit right here. This is a must-have. The template guide system is a great accessory for any cordless router or your X route template. Thanks, guys.
That was, of course, master builder, master technician, BRYAN SCHMITT, giving us all the details on some of these amazing tools that Mobile Solutions offers. And if you haven't already visited, we're going to put up the website here. Head over to mobilesolutions-usa.com, it's the official website. All the details for all these amazing tools can be found there. Now, if you happen to be tuning in from Canada, then you need to know the official Canadian distributors, in fact, import TEL. And on that note, we had to reach out to our good friend, the 12-volt Viking, Jaron Jalmaland, to get some input from his perspective. Now, Jaron, obviously so many of the things presented today are must-have items for every serious shop. When it comes to Canada and fabrication, do you feel like many of our installers have adopted to using these tools?
Certainly, we have lots of shops within Canada that have adopted to Bryan's tools and use Bryan's tools in and out every day. And I think the build quality that they produce goes to show it. Can there be more shops out there that are using this tool? Yeah, there's always room for growth. But I think in Canada, we have some top installers that are using Mobile Solutions tools. And I think our other dealers can be using them too.
So, Jaron, as a previous installer yourself, you've had the chance to see this line grow. When Bryan started, there was a great selection. It's just continued to grow. What are some of the ones, if you were to speak to, our installers out there that are just absolute must-have? What are you doing, not having? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Bryan's always coming out and developing new tools, new systems that are just increasing the productivity of the install bay, and it goes to help the installers out. It started out with preset templates, and then now has shape creator systems that you can create your own shapes, and it gives you room for the own installers' imaginations to create different shapes. I think my go-to one that I think everyone must have in their toolbox is the polarity tester. Like, it's something so simple that can throw off the sound of your system so much if you don't test. It should be something that every installer is testing right out of the gate. What's the polarity of the speakers right out of the gate? Because factory does some silly things, inverting phase on speakers, on woofers. So you got to know what you're starting with. If you don't know what you're starting with, it's very hard to troubleshoot what your end result is if you don't know where the starting point is. So that's my go-to that everyone needs in their shop, and then start building from there and build your collection. Most installers love tools. We spend thousands at Snap-on every year because we want tools. You should be spending thousands on Mobile Solutions tools. I think that only makes sense.
I want to take this opportunity and thank my very special guest, BRYAN SCHMITT from Mobile Solutions, as well as Jaron from Importel for joining us on today's session. Now, in my closing comments, Mobile Solutions is just such a unique brand and company that comes up with amazing tools and solutions that improve your performance, especially in the install bay, is what we're talking about. I know if you've watched this far, then you are thoroughly impressed and already have ideas going of how to expedite your systems, your protocols, your processes, because what BRYAN has done here is really arm you with everything you need to not only expedite, but to optimize your time in the bay. And at the end, that means profitability and amazing finished products that will blow your customers away. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.